Hi friends, welcome back to Making the Most with MG. If you've joined me for my last couple of videos, we are tackling the topic of why your children are behaving the way they are. Today we're going to discuss the second function of behavior, which is escape. When we talk about escape, what that means is your child is trying to avoid something. Now, it could be a situation, it could be another person, or it could be a task that they're just not wanting to complete in that moment. And most times, there is an emotion that is also tied to what it is that they're trying to escape. Now, when we talk about the emotions, it could be any emotion, but some of the more common ones when we're talking about challenging behavior come from fear, anxiety, or boredom. There are a lot of reasons that children exhibit behavior as a means of escape. Some common examples may be a child that doesn't want to complete their schoolwork, so they throw a tantrum and cry, or the child who doesn't want to go to bed, so they ask a lot of questions or request water or have to use the bathroom. The child who feeds their food to the dog at dinner because they don't want to eat it, or they tell a lie because they want to avoid a task. So they say they did something when they didn't, or say they didn't do something when they did because they're trying to either avoid the task or the consequence that could come along with it. You also see daydreaming is a behavior that serves a purpose of escape, whether it's reality or you're saying something they're just not interested in hearing. So there's a number of reasons that children are trying to escape and using behavior to serve that purpose. Here's something really important that you need to keep in mind when you are addressing behavior when it is serving a function of escape. If this behavior works for the child, they're more likely to repeat it in the future. So, how you react to it will either reinforce the behavior or extinguish the behavior. That's really important to know. So, if you give in to that child when they want 5 more minutes of television to escape going to bed, well, guess what? That's going to happen tomorrow night and the next night. And you can try to hold strong, but they're going to keep testing you because they've seen that this behavior has worked for them in the past. So now that you've identified escape as the function behind the behavior, there's a number of things you can do to modify it in a more appropriate way than perhaps how you have been handling it. The first thing you need to remember is consistency, whether it's consistency in your routine or in your response to the behavior. Also, if you are in a household that has more than one adult, making sure you're on the same page, because I'm sure you've had those times where, they go to mom and get one answer, then they go to dad and get another answer. So then they're learning how to pit you against each other. So that's something you really want to make sure you iron out. Some other strategies you can use are limited choices. So we talked about this in an earlier video. It's remembering what is it that you want to accomplish and giving them choices for how to make that happen. If they're giving you a hard time with schoolwork, it's okay, do you want to do your math first or your science first? Or do you want to sit by yourself to do it, or would you like me to sit and help you? So limited choices are great. The other thing is giving them a replacement behavior or knowing that they can ask to take a break if they need it. And that's really important with building self control. With them being able to recognize their emotions and their feelings and handling them in a more appropriate way. So, if a child can use their words to request a break, give them one. You can use timers so that if they do take a break, it's so many minutes long and then they go back to the task or the situation. You can also use first then statements. So, first, get a drink of water, then I'll tuck you into bed. Or first, eat your pasta and then you can have dessert. And what you're doing is you're putting the undesired task as the first thing, and then there's the then, which is a reward that they're going to get for completing the task. And the final thing to share with you, and definitely the most important when you are dealing with any behavior, is to find opportunities to shower your children with praise. So when they're doing the right thing, when they utilize a strategy that you've given them, or when a task is so big and overwhelming and you've broken it down into small pieces, every time they have an accomplishment, recognize that. So it could be as easy as a high five, a great job, a thumbs up, a hug. Let them know that they are loved. This is going to give them pride. It's going to reinforce the positive behaviors that we want to see, and you will see a reduction in those challenging behaviors. So next time, we're going to cover the A in the functions of behavior, which is attention seeking. So please tune in and check that video out. I know you will definitely find it useful, especially right now when you're all at home together. So until next time, have a great day and stay safe.